Hello everyone. Welcome to the new session on Indian polity quick revision series. So earlier we discussed some very important concepts and topics which were there in the news as well as the topics which were relevant for this year's prelims examination. I hope all of you are doing really well, and in the meanwhile we'll without any further delay we'll start discussing today's topic. So today's topic is one of the very important ones as well as a bit of non-conventional as compared to other topics which I have taken previously. There are not very high chances of this topic coming in the prelims, but every now and then you people must have seen in the previous year's questions that UPSC in prelims exam asks about certain bodies, institutions, certain individual personalities. So you people must be prepared for it. And considering the fact that every now and then our judiciary has been in the news, so ultimately the topics related to Solicitor General, Attorney General, these become important. Okay. So before beginning the session, one small question for all of you, which you should ponder over and try to answer by yourself. Solicitor General of India, is it a constitutional body or a non-constitutional body or a statutory body or created by executive resolution? Just try to figure out. Okay. So let's start today's session. Solicitors General of India. Why I have taken this topic? Because every now and then we have seen in the newspapers and all cases have been occurring in Supreme Court, and Solicitor General, Attorney General of India, they have been in the news because they represent the government in these cases. Okay. So we'll discuss about general basic details of Solicitor General of India, the headquarters of Solicitor General of India, appointment procedure, as well as the term of Solicitor General. Okay. So, first of all, about the Solicitor General of India. So, this particular office is the second highest law officer in the country after Attorney General of India. Okay. Attorney General generally is having Solicitor General as assisting him, and we have several other additional Solicitor Generals who are fulfilling the official responsibilities in the court. Okay. So the SGI, Solicitor General, as well as ASGI, advise the Union government and appear on behalf of the Union of India in Supreme Court as well as High Courts. So don't forget this. They appear both in the Supreme Court as well as in the High Court. Don't get confused if in the exam statement comes that the Solicitor General cannot represent the Union in the High Courts. Okay? They have the capacity to represent the government both in the Supreme Court as well as the High Courts. Now, this is very important point. Constitution does not mention the offices of Solicitor General of India, Additional Solicitor General of India. So they are statutory and not a constitutional post. Okay. Again, I am repeating, they are statutory and not constitutional. Please, please, please be very aware of it. Don't make a mistake in these kind of questions. Okay. Next is headquarters. So there is a particular rule created for them, Law Officers Conditions of Service Rules 1987. Under this, various service conditions of Solicitor General, as well as their appointment, their remuneration, tenure, all these things are mentioned. So the headquarters are in New Delhi. Okay, well known. The headquarters of Additional Solicitor General shall be at New Delhi or Bombay or Calcutta or Madras or Allahabad as may be specified from time to time by Government of India in the case of each Additional Solicitor General. Okay. So basically, the major offices of Additional Solicitor General are at the important High Court benches. Okay. And Solicitor General sits at New Delhi. So this should be kept in mind. The Solicitor General is appointed after the Appointments Committee of Cabinet headed by Prime Minister clears their name for the same. So please again be very attentive. They are appointed by the Prime Minister after the Cabinet Committee appointments has cleared their name. So this should be kept in mind. Okay. Moving ahead, what is the term? So again, I told you the important law officers, condition of service rules, 1987. This particular rule has mentioned their duties, limitations, and term. So he should hold a term of office for 3 years from the date on which he enters his office. So 3 years is the term. A person who has held or who holds office as law officer shall be eligible for reappointment to that office for further term not exceeding 3 years. So, to be very clear, the office term is 3 years and they can be reappointed again for a term of 3 years. Okay. So not more than 3 years. This should be kept in mind. What are the duties? These are almost similar to the Attorney General of India. Okay. They give advice to government on legal matters and perform such duties as are assigned to them. Okay. Again, they are required to appear whenever required in the Supreme Court or any High Court on behalf of the government. So they are basically government representatives for cases related to writ petitions, appeals, suits, other proceedings in which the government of India is concerned as a party or interested. They also represent the government in India in reference made by President under Article 143. This should be kept in mind. It is very, very important. So when we talk about Article 143, which are presidential reference cases, okay. So if not Attorney General, then Solicitor General may also appear. Okay. So any other duty that is conferred to them by the Constitution or any law, they have to perform it. Okay. However, there are certain limitations. What are the limitations on Solicitor General? First of all, this is very important, by the way. It might be as in the exam. They should not hold briefs in any court or for any party except Government of India or Government of a state. That means they should not advise, they should not represent any party except for the Government of India, Government of state, or any institution, any entity that has been incorporated by a certain specific rules, that is Companies Act 2013. Okay. Any corporation owned, controlled by state, any institution which government has preponderating interest. Okay. That means any particular law that creates a particular institution, any government or statutory law that has created a trust or an entity owned by the government, Solicitor General can represent them, but no private party. So they cannot represent private entities or private parties. Keep this in mind. Okay. They are not to advise any party against Government of India or a public sector undertaking in case in which he is likely to called upon to advise appear for Government of India. That means suppose government is engaged or involved, the ruling government is involved in any case in which the opposite party is also a government or a government entity or a government undertaking. They are not to appear for them. So they will only be appearing for the ruling government at a particular point of time. This should be kept in mind. They are not to defend an accused person in criminal prosecution without the permission of Government of India. So if the Government of India is not permitting them, if he is or she is barred from appearing in favor of an accused person, then Solicitor General of India cannot appear. In order to appear for an accused person, they should take a permission of Government of India. Again, they will not accept appointment to any office or in any company or corporation without the permission of Government of India. This is also very important. They will not advise any ministry, department, any statutory organization, public sector undertaking unless proposal or reference is received through Department of Legal Affairs of Ministry of Law. Okay. So this should be kept in mind. In cases where their advice is sought by any ministry, any organization, any government undertaking, they have to take permission from Department of Legal Affairs of Ministry of Law and Justice. Then only they can appear. Okay. Now, this is very important. These are certain differences that I have provided to all of you in order to know what is the basic difference between Solicitor General of India and Attorney General of India. Because a statement-based question in prelims can come to identify the key difference areas between these two institutions. Okay. So first of all, Solicitor General is inferior to Attorney General. Okay. Attorney General is nation's top law enforcement official. Okay. They assist the Attorney General and not replace them. Okay. They are non-constitutional statutory body Attorney General is the only position established by the Constitution, and Article 76 does not mention Solicitor General. That means it is statutory and Attorney General is constitutional. So this is one of the very major difference. Okay. Now, they represent the Union of India in court under law officers terms and condition rule. The Solicitor General assists Attorney General in carrying out the duties. However, Attorney General's rules and duties are mentioned in the Constitution. Okay. They are statutory. It is mentioned in Constitution. They are appointed by the Appointment Committee of Cabinet, which gives a recommendation to the Prime Minister. Okay. However, Attorney General is appointed by the President of India. This should be kept in mind. Whenever you read anything, you should keep in mind the appointment procedure, the tenure, constitutional status, non-constitutional status. These things are very, very important. Okay. So this is the difference that I told you. These things are there. So in today's session, what we discussed, I'll again recap. We discussed about the Office of Solicitor General of India. We talked about the basic details related to it, who appoints them, what is the condition, what are their roles and duties, their headquarters. Also, we talked about what is the limitations on Solicitor General of India. Then we discussed the key differences between a Solicitor General and Attorney General of India. Okay. As this was a quick revision session, we'll try to wrap it up. Now, your job is to go and study about Solicitor General of India from your book, okay, as well as the notes that you have created. Try to figure out what kind of questions may be asked from this, okay. Till then, we'll meet in the next session. Take care and all the best.